roughly midpoint through the season, where would you evaluate where your team is at? And I don't mean in terms of wins and losses, but product on the field.
I'd say we're about average right now, and not playing up to our potential is really I really think we're at right now. I mean, we have some very talented kids. It just seems like maybe there's a little bit of lack of focus, throughout the game. And it's not the same kid over and over. It just seems like when we need a kid to make a play, it's the kid that's not making the play that we need to make the play at that time. Whether it's defense, whether it's offense, whether it's special teams, it just seems like it's always the guy that we need to make the play on that play is either not in the right spot or is not making the play. So something I really hounded on yesterday in meetings of making sure that we know our assignments and do our job and focus on the little things and making sure that we do those little things right and that we go hard every single play, because you never know when your number is going to be called or when you need to step up and make the play, and that we need to quit waiting around for somebody to make a play and just be the guy that wants to make the play, whether, hey, give me the ball, or, hey, I'm going to go make this tackle, or whatever it might be. I just don't feel like we're living up to our expectations that I said before the season started. So we're really going to hand on this week, about all the little stuff and make sure they're doing things right and really focus on those little things to make sure that we're getting those things corrected and that we're playing hard, we're playing physical, we're playing aggressive, because I still don't think there's some good effort, right? But I still think there's more left on the table that we're not given. So we got to do a little bit more than what we're doing right now.
Before, when you said you handed on them on Monday, do you think before that they knew that they weren't living up to their potential, or is it something that you felt like you obviously felt to a certain degree you needed to bring it up?
Well, I guess I said it on Saturday, right after the game, really. So, but Monday I just kind of, let them know again that this is kind of what we expect and where we need to be. I mean, when you look at these next 5 weeks, it's a tough 5 weeks to stretch. I mean, we just have to look at one game at a time. And, we talked about these goals and these expectations that we had for this season. And that was to win the conference, and that was to get into the playoffs. And, for us to do that, we got to take care of business these next 5 weeks. If we don't, that can all be taken away from us. So, hopefully that hit home a little bit, right? Because we all talk about, doing these things. And if you really want to do those things, we have to be elite in all areas of our life, whether it's, the classroom, nutrition, the weight room, practice, film hours, all those different things. We have to be perfectionists at that and get really good at that and be prepared, for when we step onto the football field. So if they want to reach those points, they're going to have to do those things. And there's things I can do as a coach that, to try to get them ready and prepare them and have the game plan ready as well. But if they don't execute the game plan, good things don't happen for you. So, I told them we've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this longer than probably the age of these kids, which is kind of showing my age right now. But I hire these coaches for reasons, because they're good coaches. They understand the systems. They know what they're doing. And we just need to listen to them and believe in them. And then, believe in themselves as well. Just still some kids don't play with confidence right now. And they just need to believe that they have the ability and they can make those plays. So hopefully we get that change this week in practice. We need to, because we're getting ready to play a very good UCO team here this week.
Does it surprise you that maybe some of these guys do lack some confidence?
Yeah, it does, especially with some of them that, have had some experience and has some playing time, and, you think they'd be matured by this point to like, hey, let's go play ball. This is how it is. But I think it's just we panic a little bit in certain situations and in tight situations and, into the half and, certain times in the game, finishing a ball game off. I mean, many instances last week, we picked the ball off. The game's over, we can take a knee and it's done, or get a first down offensively. They lost all their timeouts, and we didn't do those things either. Right before the half, we're worried about the clock instead of just playing football, and we give up that touchdown. So I think we're worrying about the wrong things, right? And worry about the things that you can control and playing football and worry about yourself and what you can do to help this team get better. So hopefully they figure it out this week. I mean, I do think we have a very good football team. We just need to put those things together.
Despite all of that, team's still 4-2, still control where you want to go. there's still some bright spots, right? I mean, I'm not trying to break up the funeral, but there are some
No,
bright
it
spots,
is,
right?
and that's why I always said the sad thing is you guys have not played to your potential, but you're still winning ball games. And just imagine if you actually played to your potential and did the things that we've asked you to do, and how far would we be right now, or how good would we be feeling right now about how we've played. I said we just haven't played really, really good football yet. And I was like, it's there. I see bits and spurts of it, every single game. I see really, really good things. Like, okay, here we go. It's taking the turn. Then all of a sudden there's these few little things. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not. And then it's like, it's there. We just need to be consistently doing the good things and eliminate the bad things that we're doing. So consistently do things well and work on the things that we don't do very well and get better at those things, and eliminate the dumb mistakes, the stupid penalties, all right, turning the ball over, giving up big plays. We eliminate those things, we're a really good football team. But that's with any team, right?
Are these fixable things? Like, is this something the kids can fix, or is this just who they are?
Very fixable things, right? And I think it's just having attention to detail every single play, having that focus every single play, playing, for a purpose every single play. I don't know if we do that, right? I think sometimes we're out there playing just to play and not really having that purpose or that focus or that discipline, to do our job and do our assignment. But it's there. We just got to find it and get it done.
Talk about Josh Clark, 100 yards, his emergence the last couple of ball games for you guys and what that's meant for the offense.
It's huge for us, right? Because I'm a run first guy, and most guys probably don't like that, but I really think that's how you win football games, right? And his emergence and being able to really see things in front of him, running with more physicality now and breaking tackles and seeing things better and being able to catch the ball out of the backfield. I mean, that's a big weapon for us. And, as long as he continues to build on that these next 5 weeks, who knows how good he could really be. But the kid's really come a long way in a short amount of time. He's really made it important to him. You can just see the way he practices and the questions that he asks and the things that he does that he wants to win. But each week he's gotten better, and then last week proved that. I mean, he had 103 yards or something like that rushing last week. That's huge. Let's get him 150 this week.
What about the O-line? Seems like they just every week get better and better and better.
They have, they've improved. I thought we had a little bit of a slip, last week with just a couple of things that we did, whether it was movement, with the defense, moving the defensive line, getting to the second level, letting guys cross their face a little bit, in certain situations. But that's, again, understand the situation, short yardage, goal line stuff. Be ready for linemen to pinch or slant or do those things and not getting those things cut off. But they have gotten better as the years gone on. Hopefully we got those little things from last week fixed, which I know Coach Bolton will really harp on those things this week and make sure that they get those things done. But just understanding the situation and getting better. I mean, Caleb did get a lot of pressure last week. I don't know if he got sacked last week. I mean, he stayed pretty healthy and moved around a little bit in the pocket. But, they've done a good job, but they still have room for improvement.
Talk about Central Oklahoma a little bit and maybe the way that Coach Doral is approaching things at Central Oklahoma. Is it like what you saw when he was at Northwest Missouri State?
It is. I mean, similarly, offense. He's more of an offensive guy, and I think he's kind of turned that over now to somebody else to actually call the plays. But it's very similar stuff that he used to do when he was at Northwest. A lot of different formations. He's a little bit more quicker tempo now than he used to be. I mean, it's a real fast tempo now than what when he was at Northwest. But he used to be a guy that showed you a bunch of different looks and do a lot of different things with a lot of motions and a lot of different shifts. And, he still does those things, whether it's, being in 10 personnel or getting 11 personnel and giving you a trips formation. And most teams don't do those type of things. Getting in a big personnel and having a big set with, running backs as quarterbacks and things like that. He's kind of always done those things. So he always finds a way to kind of just keep you off balance and try to keep you from doing a lot of things, which as an offensive guy, that's what you want to do is keep a defense very basic and simple so you can figure out, what they're doing pretty easy. So, we're going to have to find ways to keep things simple but make it look a lot different, to them as well. But very similar. The only thing I can say is different is the tempo. I mean, the tempo is really, really fast, and then sometimes they'll slow it down. So, we're going to do a lot of no-tempo practice this week with our scouts, which is hard to do because they're not used to those things. But we got to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, how do you approach that team that runs some big plays in practice?
A lot of times it's just, you got your O-lineman, and one coach will have a card for the O-lineman. This is what we're doing. They'll have 3 sets of different running backs, receivers, tight ends, and say, all right, here's this set for this group. And then, hey, all right, when this play's over, you're going, and then you're going. So it's just, having 3 sets of skill guys ready to run up to the ball, one guy with the O-lineman showing them real quick of what they need to do and what's coming at them, and go with it. And is it perfect? No, right? But it gets us used to that tempo and getting those kids ready to play.
They're 2-3 after a great season, winning the league, making the playoffs, winning a playoff game. And it seems like they've been banged up earlier, getting some guys back, so
Yeah.
their main players. Do you worry about complacency because kids are up records and stuff, or the fact that what happened last year played a factor?
Last year should play a factor, right? And the guys that were injured the last few weeks for them are back. I mean, Jet Huff's back. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He scrambles. He gets the ball out of his hands well. He throws a quick ball. I mean, there's a lot of zip on it. He's a strong kid, so he's back. And I mean, that kind of hurt him the last few weeks with them not having their quarterback. Their running backs back as well. So, I mean, they're getting guys back and they're getting guys healthy again. So, I mean, this is going to be basically the same team we played last year, probably minus one receiver. But still, their receiving core is very talented as well. And then defensively, they do what they do, right? They 3-man front, 4-man front, mix things up quite a bit, bring some guys here and there, play some man coverage, and it looks like man coverage, and all of a sudden it turns into a zone coverage. They're very sound in what they do. So, we really do have a lot to work on this week to get better and making sure we're ready. I just don't think we can do too much with our kids. We just need to go out there and do a few little things and play football.
Seems like this team is so close to putting everything together and not being in one-score games. How close is this team? Because from outside it looks like it's close, but from the inside, how close is this team to doing that?
I feel like we've been close the whole year. Like, it started off week 1, obviously, is usually the worst performing week, and you got a lot of things to fix. That's where you figure it out. And we pointed out the same things, and then it's just been every week we've had little things that we need to work on, put together, and we just haven't put it all together yet. Like last week, we felt like should have been the week we did it, but looking now, it needs to be this week.
What will it take for the team to put it together and make it be this week?
Focus every day and not waiting till Saturday. Like, we have to. Coach sent us a text Sunday saying it starts Monday in the weight room, and it did start Monday in the weight room, and we need to keep that focus throughout the rest of the week.
Have you been surprised maybe that lack of focus or whatever it is that's happened? I know there's some young guys on the team, but there's also a lot of veterans who've been through this. Are you surprised some of these issues have happened up to this point?
At certain points, yes, but other points, it's kinks that every team takes along a season, and it's things that need to be ironed out, wrinkles that need to be ironed out.
Talk about Central Oklahoma and the style of offense they run with trying to tick off plays so quick, and the difficulties of that as a defender.
It just means you got to be on your toes and ready for whatever happens. You got to be quick thinking and get to the ball and look for the signal, line up. We've been doing kind of tempo plays all season, at least once a day, or once a week, I mean. So we've kind of already been preparing for some teams to bring out a tempo offense. So, but it gets tiring, and you got to know when it's your time to shine. You got to be locked in and ready to attack that.
Is a style like that more physically or mentally taxing because of you're on the field the entire time, but you have to be aware of what's going on the entire time?
I mean, I guess that depends on the player. Like, I feel like I'm pretty locked in mentally, so a lot of the times for me it's physically I need to, all right, gather my breath, do that, and then I feel like I normally am pretty locked in mentally, so the mental aspect I'm quick thinking, but some other guys may be like, oh, this is easy, I'm conditioned perfectly, but then they take a rep off mentally, and that could lead to a big play.
You're not the biggest guy out there at the linebacking core, but yet you found a way to make it all work. Just talk about how you battled through your time here at Fort Hays State to get to where you are now.
I came in, and a lot of the trainers were like, "Oh, who's this little guy?" Freshman year, and then I found my way here, and I I have to give a blessing to God because I did not think I'm grateful for where I am. I'm grateful for what I'm doing, but I'm also still hungry and not satisfied. I know I can play better than what I have been, but I'm very grateful.
Choosing 4 days.
In high school, I didn't get a lot of offers, and I knew I wasn't going to go to college unless I could play football. And Fort Hays gave me the opportunity to walk on my freshman year, and I was like, I'm not done with football yet, so I wanted to continue doing it.
Played at Derby, high-profile program. Talk about the high school experience at Derby. You still kind of got a smile on your face as I bring it up.
Yeah. My time in Derby, we were very disciplined and I don't know how it is still now. Clark is still there, Coach Clark, but I imagine they're the same way. Very disciplined, kind of ran like a college. Got to be locked in, take accountability, and it was a real family there.
What's the room like? You've got a veteran and John who's been doing it a long time. You've got a couple of guys who transferred from a different school. Plus you've got guys that you came in with. What's the room like?
Oh, we're a brotherhood. We have family dinners every week, and we try and get as close as we can, especially in the linebacker room. We joke with each other all the time. But, those guys that came in, like John and I have been here the longest, so we spent all summer and all fall camp making sure that they get up to where we are mentally.
Okay, so we'll open up questions. Florida State running back Josh Cole.
All right, I'm going to ask a question, and please don't take offense to this.
Okay.
You are a different running back now than you were the first 3 or 4 games of the season. What changed?
So, I would say my very first game, my first start at running back in my collegiate career, like ever. First time starting at running back. So, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I came from junior college. I started at receiver. So I would say just getting used to the overall game speed, just getting acclimated, I would say. And another thing I was kind of battling within just like physical health. I was injured. I got injured. I rolled my ankle pretty bad the first game. So coming off that, it was like the always constantly tweaking my ankle and just trying to run through pain and stuff like that. That took a physical and mental toll. But as I started to heal up and just say, like, regardless of whatever the outcome is going to be, like regardless of my ankle, I'm gonna have to fight through whatever it is. So I would say just getting acclimated, fighting through pain. 'Cause football's a hurt game, and yeah, like just embracing it. Just taking coaching points and yeah.
You mentioned being a receiver, junior college. Just talk about that transition going from one position to the running back spot, and what were maybe some of the biggest challenges for you in that regard?
So I would say the biggest challenge is kind of switching your whole game style and game recognition, because as a receiver, your whole game is kind of evade. It's like obviously it's football, so it's a point to be physical. But being a receiver, you're not trying to get hit. Like you're trying to get off. You're trying to release. You're trying to get in open space. You're trying to sit down in the zone. You're trying to ultimately not be touched most of the time. So I would say switching to running back is like okay, you have to be ready to bring it every single play. Like regardless, either you're picking up a block, you're either running through somebody's face, or you're going to catch the ball out the backfield and get hit anyway. So it's like being mentally prepared to be physical every play, and knowing the game also. It's a different aspect when you know the game at receiver and you know the game at running back.
Do you feel comfortable running back now?
Yes, I do. I've played running back before. Like running back has always been like a secondary type of position. That's why it's kind of natural to me. But like I said, like fully embracing the role is different than just going back there sometimes, getting a pitch or getting a handoff and here and there. Like actually fully becoming running back, because it was challenging at first, but I'm glad I'm able to grow into my role.
One of the offensive linemen the other week said that as a unit, they have to see the game as one, because that way they are able to. Is running back almost included in that, as seeing the game as one, so you can see what they're wanting to do to have the hole to pick from and where to go?
Oh, for sure, 100%. I watch film with my O-lineman all the time. I think that's what helped me get better as well. But we watch film as a unit. The O-line, the running backs, and the tight ends, we're all one. We all rely on each other. So So if I know how they're setting up their blocks against a certain type of defense, I know how to press. I know how to press my hole. I know how to get to where I need to get. So if I know what the O-line's doing, then I know what I'm going to do.
One of the things, seeing really a bunch of you do this year, is be patient and let the hole develop. Is that one of the hardest things as a running back, not just to want to get the ball and go immediately, because you're trying to get hit by 11 other dudes on the other
Yeah,
team?
yeah. So I would say it's definitely a pros and cons type of thing. It's a strength and a weakness because it's basically you just have to know when to be able to be patient and when to know when it's time to go. Like if you see my last run from last game, I was extremely patient on that type of play because that type of play you have to let the blocks develop. You can't get the ball and overrun your blockers or overrun your pullers. So it's definitely one of those things where you have to know the game time situation. You have to know what the defense is doing. You have to know how tired they are. You have to know everything. You have to feel it out. It's really just a feel it out thing. You have to know when to be patient and know when to go.
You guys seem to be close for really clicking offensively, kind of like we talked about with the defense and the team as a whole. How would you evaluate where you are offensively, and you guys feel you're getting close to just clicking on all cylinders right now?
I think so. Obviously, I think that our biggest thing right now offensively is that we do a lot of things very well. We can move the ball with anybody. Like we have those moments where it just seems like we're moving the ball with ease, and then our main thing is shooting ourselves in the foot. Like we'll move the ball and then we'll get a holding penalty. We'll move the ball, somebody might fumble. We'll move the ball and interception. Like it's just like we're doing all the things that we're doing to ourselves. You know what I mean? And so it's like I feel like we just need to slow down and just collect ourselves sometimes because, like our coach will say, everything starts from the small things. Once those little small things build up that you're doing wrong, it ends up into being something like a tragedy, a big play.
Hays, Kansas is a far cry different than Los Angeles, California. Tell us what you have found out about yourself living in a completely different environment.
Oh yeah, so I would say that like just being outside of my comfort zone, I feel like I grew as a person a lot. You know, like just growing up in California in general, it's a lot going on. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to be here, easy to be there. I feel like when I came out here, it's like okay, it's not as big as a city. It's not so much going on, but it's like what's my real purpose? What am I really trying to do here? And when you understand what your purpose is and what you're actually trying to do, it's easier for you to lock in, easier for you to lock in your mental, easier for you to grow as a person. So that's what I did.
Let me follow up with that then. How do you land in Hays, Kansas out of all the other colleges? Because this is a little bit different than where you're from. How did you get here?
So I would say that coming out of junior college, I had a few offers, a few Division II level. I didn't have anything major D1. I spoke to a few coaches, but nothing really came through. So when Coach McCray, he actually hit me up on my phone, and he was so like adamant about me getting out here, coming on a visit. He was adamant, like, no, you need to come take a visit. Like, I know you have other offers, but hey, man, we really want you here. Like, come take a visit. So I was like, okay, shoot, I'll take a visit. So I came out here and I met the coaching staff. I met Shane. I met all these different type of people. And when I came here and when I left, I just realized how much I actually liked the people that were there. I liked how they spoke to me. Overall I liked the environment. I liked the school system. I spoke to the teachers, and to me it showed that they were honestly interested in me. They knew I could come with my skill set and make some type of change to the team. Other than other coaches that were like, oh, send me your transcript. Oh, here's an offer. Like, okay, we'll talk every here and there. Like, no, like they wanted me to be here. So and I wanted to be here. So I was like, it's a great fit.
8,200 people at the last game. Do you realize, as a player, do you notice a bigger crowd? I mean, you played at Missouri Southern on Saturday and there was, I don't know, 400 people there or whatever it was, but do you notice as a player when there's a big crowd and they're going crazy here at Lewis Field Stadium?
Yeah, obviously, I would say you feel the difference when there's a bigger crowd, but the type of player I am, I don't, I'm here to just do it for my team. So it's like, regardless of who's out there, it's like when I'm in the game, I don't hear nothing. I don't see the crowd. I don't like like the whole crowd could be going crazy, and I just don't hear or see it. It's like I'm locked into the signal and see what my job is every play. It's like what Jack said. He said he's locked in every play. He said that the moment you're not locked in, when a big play can happen, or good or bad. So it's like when I'm locked in, I get the ball, I run the ball, I block or whatever, and I'm looking at the sideline right away. I hardly ever even celebrate. I'm just looking straight at the sideline, like, what's the next play? Well, now what we got?
You mentioned meeting Shane. What did you learn from him as a running back last year, being behind him?
Man, being behind him, I learned so much. I still watch his film till this day. And we had a lot of close talks, but I learned how to be physical. I would say like my main thing is that, like Coach Brown said, I started breaking a lot more tackles. I started being more evasive. I started being stronger at the end of my runs, and that was one thing I could take from him, because man, he was physical, man. So I say that, and just his overall just tenacity is what I try to implement into my game.